Pain bucket still got 2 tears in it. And I put that on my tattoo of Jimi Hendrix. Get the press like the outfit all in it. Cause the press tell it all, get a meal ticket. Clean next, get the call, just a little visit. Sacrifice just to make it here still vivid. Reality see when you're blessed, just kill critics. Bugatti never been them rich, just God fearing. Look at me staring, got the block staring. Got a good feeling, that's the bike carrying. Tell us Billy Jeans, I'm on another planet. Think class, big Chuck and Lee Prince parents. By my mama chandeliers, I'm in tears, damn it. 30 years, you'd have thought these emotions vanished. Try to live, trying to figure how your sister vanished. No cheers, I know you would've panicked. I cry just a little when I think of letting go. I cry just a little when I think of letting go. Just look up to the ceiling, I see the sun coming down. I know it's all better now. When I need a healing, I just look up to the ceiling. I see the sun coming down. I know it's all better now. I think of letting go.
They lies trying to come up, trying to eat no matter what. Even if they got to sell cocaine. See, times ain't easy, so they mislead reasons. Cause they know how to split that game. No matter where they at, if they see opportunity, they flow just to get back done. So if you don't know, you better ask somebody, spaceman and knees off.
Run from that dope like it's a marathon. Sleep with my J's on, a young phenomenon. Looking down the peons, take the crumbs and the cookies on the seat. Keep it chillin', looking at a motive. With your ball, never fumble, humble yourself. You're looking at a real street runner, all the way turned up. Never put them guns up. You're a loose lug nut all over the road. Tunnel vision on that money, by a gold. I never get lost, this is my home. Out of bound niggas keep it GPS on. My hustler game strong, run circle round squares. If it ain't either starve, then who really cares? In the jungle we the bear, came from Holly Park stairs. Now list thousands a week on airfare, just to get my point across. Dress me, Mr. Boss.
Trying to come up, trying to eat no matter what. Even if they got to sell cocaine. See, times ain't easy, so they may slang reasons. Cause they know how to split that game. No matter where they at, if they see opportunity, they flow just to get that done. So if you don't know, you better ask somebody, spaceman.
Space is what they call me, boy. I got supply Noriega, Tommy, boy. Like a race from the cops when they on my tail. I like a vicious pit chasing them that with nail. Bail, like Philly Monument, you got the crack. And don't need a number on the Seahawks back. Stop the whip and dip with 5 bows on us. Killing they selves trying to get me the road runner. Can't warm my soul, I witness real life. Hard ice from the long days and cold nights. Everything slipping from dealing with killers without feelings. Maintain buzz, bloodshot, beauty scanning for shrewdness. Kanye go, I walked in the shadows of death. I should fear no evil in the Northwest. I need success so my son survives. Till then, I I run the streets like when the Flintstones drop.
There is the lies trying to come up, try to eat no matter what, even if they got to sell cocaine. See, times ain't easy, so they might slang breezes, cause they know how to spit that game. No matter where they're at, if they see opportunity, they flow just to get back going. So if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Spaceman and these are. There is the lies trying to come up, try to eat no matter what, even if they have to sell cocaine. See, times ain't easy, so they may slang breezes, cause they know how to spit that game. No matter where they at, if they see opportunity, they flow just to get back down. So if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Spaceman and these are. Spaceman and these are. Spaceman and these are. If you don't know, Spaceman and these are. Spaceman and these are.
You and I go hard at each other like we're going to war. You and I go rough, we keep throwing things and slamming the doors. You and I get so damn dysfunctional, we start keeping score. You and I get sick, yeah, I know that we can't do this no more. Yeah. But baby, there you go again, making me love you. Yeah, I stopped using my head, let it all go. Got you stuck on my body like a tattoo. And now I'm feeling stupid, falling back to you. So I cross my heart and I hope to die that I'll only stay with you one more night. Yeah, baby, give me one more night. Yeah, baby, give me one more night. Oh, yeah, baby, give me one more night.
Check 1, 2. Check.
Baby, there you go again, making me love you. Yeah, I'll stop using my head, let it all go. Got you stuck on my body like a tattoo. Yeah. So I cross my heart and I hope to die.
Stick a needle in my eye. All right. Ready to do this? How's the up in hurrah? Crank that hoe. $187, dog. 187. Oh crap! Gotta change that. All that and well, right there. We go. This is 14. No, but instead of Matt Milstead, so I was gonna put that in there. Science. All that in Stone Patrick Stewart. All right. Check this here.
The United States had launched an attack on Iran without congressional.
Was that?
Nope.
I know exactly what that was.
Okay, good. This is going to be quizzing Seth.
Sweet. Name that tune.
Yeah.
You lose already.
It would have been, well, it would have been you and Matt.
You still would have lost.
Yeah. This isn't going to work quite as well with nobody to quiz except for you, but, you know, whatever.
Of course it will.
We'll get through it. You want me to write that down, or you remember that?
I wrote it down.
Stoned Patrick Stewart? Okay, cool.
What?
You ready?
Yeah.
Syria
The Endgame memo.
and stupid movie titles.
All that and stoned Patrick Stewart on episode 187 of Urban Coffee.
You're listening to Urban Coffee with your hosts, Dave Koss and Seth Faulkner.
What's up, all you Joes out there, and welcome to Urban Coffee. I'm Dave,
And I am Seth.
and if you are new to the program, this is a show that does not discuss twerking.
End of story.
Yes.
Not another word.
This is episode 187, which is fitting.
It is, actually. Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, because that's like the police code for murder.
Mo murder, come again.
I think there was some sort of movie called 187.
There was. It was starring Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
He played a
Cop?
high school. No. He played a high school teacher that
Right.
cared a whole lot.
About his students. Isn't there a bunch of movies about that?
Yeah, but
Stand and Deliver?
Yeah, but this is different. Like
What's
this,
calculus?
This is dark. What's calculus?
What's calculus?
No, this is a little bit more dramatic. This is kind of like if you were to mix, I don't know, like a little bit of, it's like kind of like Gangster's Paradise mixed with the substitute number 3 through 7.
And a little bit of Stand and Deliver.
And a little bit of Stand and
Overall theme of Stand and Deliver.
Right.
You know what else is weird is we just hit our 187th like on Facebook.
Really? Just
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's awesome.
That's kind of crazy.
It's
but,
awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 187 is definitely a movie. And it is the
Yeah.
police code.
Yeah, so
And that definitely brings up, of course, a lot of things that we're going to talk about, but not necessarily get heated about. It's more of like just informative stuff, and maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, because in lieu of all this cool stuff that's been going on, there's definitely more pressing, important things that are going on in the world that you want to know about.
True.
So we're here to give you the things that you don't want to know about.
So how was your week? Good?
It was awesome, honestly. Yeah, I started a new gig. It was a cool gig. I played today. I played today at I have a Monday gig.
Yeah.
Have I already
right.
talked about this?
No.
I have a
don't
Monday
think so.
gig. So I love to I love to keep my chops up.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a little gig playing on Mondays at a sandwich shop called Potbelly's, and it's like $20 an hour. I get to get my chops and practice.
Cool.
I mean, they don't know. In all honesty, they don't know. I have a little loop pedal, but they don't know that I'm literally making up like 90% of what I play for that 2 hours.
Nice.
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So I've been doing that. Then I got a new gig at this new kind of cool concept bar / restaurant / food truck yard. I know, it's kind of cool. But that, and then more exciting, I actually decided, because I've been talking about in the past few weeks. I've been wanting, or not a few weeks, but I guess a few months, that I've been wanting to put out these EPs, an extended press album.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Is that
typically
what that stands for?
Yeah, or
thought it was
extended play.
extended play.
It's extended play, not extended press. Extended play.
I didn't understand. I never understood. What's the difference between like EP and LP? Because extended and long play, they both sound like a big album, like a long album.
Yeah,
Long album is long.
long album is long.
But so is extended more than
Maybe most people back in the day were trying to do. I mean, I don't know. There's a whole history behind it, because you used to only be able to fit like maybe 3 minutes on one side of a record.
Yeah.
So
Then you
I
had
mean,
VHS tapes, which had
Whoa.
SP and an EP, but there was also an
skipped.
LP mode that didn't come up that often.
You skipped all kinds of
LP
media.
was 4 hours, SP was 2 hours, EP was 6 hours, but LP wasn't on most VCRs.
Or maybe you just answered your own question because you said EP was 6 hours. Typically, a song EP only contains 6 songs, so maybe it's a number thing.
So what about LP? 4 songs?
I don't know.
Yeah.
40 minutes. Anyway, so I decided I was going to do this, but then I started thinking, I'm not one of these people I'm not a musician that has ever, in all honesty, has ever wanted to, do the fame and the bitches and the drugs. I kind of just have always wanted to write and say, here.
So it's sex,
Take
drugs,
this.
rock and roll minus the sex and drugs?
Yeah, pretty much. I just kind of want to rock and roll.
Cool.
So, when people release EPs, that's typically what they're doing. They're trying to sell their brand, their product, their music, and they're trying to sell themselves. Well, I'd like to do that, but I don't want to do it on the whole touring and thing. I'd rather just write for people. So I'm going to just... So I decided to start cataloging every single song that I've ever written. So I went through all my old notebooks, all my old stuff online, and I came up with... I have, 13 complete songs, and then, I don't know, 15 that have started in the past 2.5 months.
I noticed one of the songs is missing.
And I'm not gonna. And I swear to Christ, I will punch you on live podcasting. I will punch you hard right here in this arm region. Please don't.
Email me.
There is a song that's not listed. And it will not be listed.
No, is that because you don't like the video or you don't like the song?
It's embarrassing.
I don't think it is. I think the song is great. You should have the song in there at least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll
If
read.
you don't like the video, you should put the song
Oh, okay.
in there.
Look here. I'm going to make
You
you...
going to add it?
Right now.
I think it's good.
It
I
is.
think it would be a good song to put in there.
It's a great song. I think it's pretty much the entire song. I think it's grammatic, but and just try. Obviously things like this take time, just like any new business or anything like that.
Right.
So I'm giving myself a couple of years, but the goal is to just sell music, buy a house on a lake,
Nice.
and fish. Yeah.
Cool.
But that's about it. Other than that, I have done nothing. I had some fun joking around with my lady last night.
Joking around?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think there's some sort of a nitrous leak in our house. I don't know. In the past week and a half, I get around the lady and we just crack up. We start laughing.
Do you have a Freon leak in your refrigerator? Because that could cause that.
Can it? I don't think so. I don't know.
I think Freon can get you high, right?
Yeah, but Laffy high?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Maybe.
I don't know. Just funny stuff happens all the time. Sometimes it's I'll just get my words jumbled up. I'm playing with the dog last night, and she walks up to me, gives me a kiss, and start hugging on her, and the dog wants part of the action. So I say, I look at the dog, and in a very serious manner, I say, it's like, hey, get your mama out of your head's ass. And then that turns into a 30-second, 3-minute laugh session. And we're laying in bed watching a movie last night, and I go in the living room to get a cigarette. I take a little longer to come back into the room.
Mm-hmm.
I walk back in. I have a guilty look on my face. She asked me what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm a terrible liar anyway. I say, I got a cigarette. She says, you just went in the living room and farted, didn't you? I don't fart in front of my ladies. It's just like
I don't do it
it's a
either.
nice thing, And honestly, most of them want to stay with me anyway because that's terrible. You'll die. But then, it's funny because I instantly it's kind of that cute embarrassment. I'm like, no, but I can't lie.
No.
Yeah. And she starts laughing, and then
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
like,
do
all
it
right,
either.
you're laughing, so I'm gonna describe the entire sound. It's like it was a nice pitch, very even, very smooth, no breaks, kind of a rise. It's kind of like a good song that starts off small and ends up.
Sounds like a virgin.
God. Yeah, I think I did make a gay joke in there, a virgin gay man joke.
So,
How was your week?
no farts with descriptions of them, but something random did happen.
What happened?
There was a random wedding in front of my house.
What?
Yeah.
Did they ask your permission?
Well, no, they were in the street, so they didn't have to.
Did they ask the city's permission?
I guess. I mean, they blocked off the road.
With cops?
Well, with the volunteer police person in the neighborhood here.
So it was like a dude wearing a black shirt and a stupid
It
vest.
was an 87-year-old guy wearing a reflective thing that said police on it. Like, yeah, police. Okay.
I'm running. Fuck this guy.
So, like, this is how they always do it, because they have, like, parades and stuff in our neighborhood a lot.
Oh, yeah.
For the holidays. They cone off on one side of my driveway so I can still get out and go the other way.
Okay.
And then the other direction, they block off the roads and everything. And I guess they figured all this out. But I'm, like, working on Saturday, and I'm like, what is all the noise outside? And I look up, and I open the blinds, and, like, there is a wedding.
Canon and D is playing.
It's so weird. Like, they had the chairs in the street. Like,
Weird.
100 chairs set up, and everybody was around the gazebo. And there was, like, I mean, it was right here. Like, you look out that window, and you see a wedding. It's like the last thing that I ever possibly could imagine I would see looking out my window is a wedding. How random is that?
That's pretty random. I can imagine that would be very strange. I mean, because honestly, what was the first? Did you have any urges at all to like
go mow my lawn?
Urge anything like? Anything.
Sorry, guys, go to mow.
City's been on my ass about this.
Yeah. No, people are like, well, what if you wanted to mow your lawn? I'm like, it was an hour long. Who cares?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You think I'm going to go out there and ruin somebody's wedding because I decided I want to mow my lawn?
See, Dave, you are sweet. You do like cute things. Look at you. You big softy.
I'm not sure if this was a wedding or if this was a vow
renewal. A vow renewal.
Because it seems to me like maybe these people lived in the neighborhood for a long time, and so they decided to get married there. Because they've been fixing up the gazebo for the last couple weeks, so... I don't know. That was random.
Like it. That's cool.
I didn't do anything this week, though.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, and I told you about this earlier, but last Sunday, I felt real odd, like I was getting sick. So I decided that the whole week, I was going to take it easy. I wasn't going to do any extra stuff. I was going to go to work and come home and just, like, get tons of sleep and be totally healthy and take my vitamins and all of that. What happens yesterday, I'm doing show notes, and I get, like, crazy sick. What? Of course. Like, I've been trying so hard, you know, I've talked about my health problems on here.
Oh, yeah.
I've been trying to stay healthy and not, like, just completely kill myself.
Yeah.
Got sick anyway. I'm like, okay, I guess I could just stay up late till 3 in the morning any day because I'm still going to get sick.
You poor guy.
But
well, at least you know that now. I mean,
yeah.
You know, doesn't matter if you're healthy, your vitamins or...
Nah, doesn't matter.
You're just going to get sick.
That's what I told Christy's grandmother, you know, because she's extremely healthy.
Uh-huh.
And you know, walks every day and, like, I mean, just very, 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 very healthy. Had a heart attack.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is a few years ago. But
yeah,
you know,
I mean, and that's the thing. You know, you don't know. You can live your life being the most healthy. You know, doing everything right for your entire life, and you know, a damn mosquito could land on your left big toe, bite you, and all of a sudden you're West Niling into you know, oblivion.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
We go visit her in the hospital. She's like, I hope you guys learned something from this. I'm like, yeah, that you could be like completely 100% healthy and do everything right and still have a heart attack.
And she was like, yeah, that's...
She's like, yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was going to say. Why'd you got to...
Yeah.
Why you got to steal my thunder? I'm the one dying. That's crazy.
So, you know, whatever.
Well, wish you all good health.
Oh,
we all wish you good health, Dave.
Thanks.
And hope that this clears up very quickly.
Because I can't miss any more work.
Mm-mm.
But speaking of which, I was driving to work the other day.
Bitch of the week.
Oh, good.
Do you use Waze?
What?
Waze. W-A-Z-E.
No.
It's a really good map program, like to in the car, like a navigation program.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like real-time crowdsourcing. So it's telling you, shows you where your friends are on Facebook if you do that whole thing.
Oh, dear
you
God.
You can see, well, no, not like where everybody is. If you, it just says your friend is also driving, and you can send them a little beep beep, and you beep at each other, and that's kind of fun because you're both in your commute, you know. But really, it's a really good program. I love it, and Google actually bought them recently.
That doesn't sound safe at all. Hey, I'm driving, and beep beep.
No, well, that's not really. But the way that it works is it's crowdsourcing traffic.
Ooh, okay.
So it sees all the other
explain-
drivers.
okay.
It sees that traffic is slowing down or speeding up. It's really nice because it will
I
reroute
gotcha.
you.
Okay, so all right.
It'll say traffic is, and millions of people use it, so it's very accurate. It says, you know, traffic is building up ahead, so we're changing your ETA to an extra 4 minutes. Or it's rerouting you around things. And the best part is people report hazards in the road. They report police, so you can see where all the police are all the time.
that's
how many
nice.
tickets it saved me is ridiculous. And it's a free program. It's great. It's really cool. And it's great turn-by-turn navigation.
Do they make it? I mean, is it like the user interface pretty efficient to where, like, all right, let's say I am driving down the road and I see a cop, and it's like, is there like a little wheel button that I can push and it marks
you
pinpoints?
You put hazard, but you
do
can
you
do
have
it by
to-
voice.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, you can
All
say
right.
you can wave your hand in front of it, and it will say, "What do you want to report?" And you'll say, "Police on my lane." And it will do it there. No, it's dude for police. It's great. It's also great. Like if you're stuck in traffic and you at least want to know what lane to get in, if it hasn't routed you around, like if there's no other way, you're stuck in traffic.
Okay.
And it shows all these little things on the road. You can see other drivers and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
But if somebody reports something, it's cool because people will start chatting about it. Like if you're just at a dead standstill, people will be like, they'll post a picture sometimes or audio, or they'll be like, it's in the left lane. So if you've got like a mile of traffic ahead of you and you're not moving, you're like, okay, I don't want to be in the left lane. And so you're getting a heads up on what lane to get in.
That's true. I mean, there's as I'm sitting here listening to you talk about all this, I am one of these people that I rely very heavily on my just instinct and direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know that sounds kind of absurd.
I really actually have learned to trust what Waze says about the routes, because not just because it's got like traffic sensors, but it's real time. I mean, all the other phones are reporting back what's going on.
Do you ever notice though, like if you're in traffic and like you're coming up and you can see like let's say it's night and you can see that there's this, traffic up ahead, but you can see like one lane is actually moving much quicker than the others. Like let's say there's an accident up ahead and you don't know which lane it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a turn or something. But you can tell that one of the lanes is moving quicker. I always find that the lane that moves quickest is in the exact lane that the accident is in. Because everybody else has to wait for all the douchebags that are in that lane to
waiting
get back
until
over.
the last minute on purpose.
So...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, you never know. But here's the thing about it, though. I know they've got to make money, so they've got to put ads in this thing because it's free,
okay,
right? But here's how they did it before. Before, you would be going down the road. It knows when you stop, okay? Because it's got the GPS. So you stop, and it says, bing, and it brings up this thing in front of you, and it says, Home Depot having a sale today. Click here for directions. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's fine. You got to make your money somewhere,
right?
Okay, but on the map...
Minority Report.
The problem is it overlays them, so like if it's first, it's on top of the other stuff. So like it says accident reported ahead, and then there's the accident, but there's all these E's, and there's like 10 of them on top. I'm like, what? I can't see the map because all I see are stupid M&M ads. They got to scale it back a little bit. I think that's just a bit too far because now you're messing up your service.
It's not going to happen though.
But it's making the service suck.
It is. But let's
probably because
think
Google
realistically. Yeah, think realistically here. Like, I mean, eventually it's going to be like the whole, like you're when you're walking through the mall, it's I mean, and they already have apps that do this, but eventually it's just going to be automatic. You walk through the mall, it's like, sale at freaking the Cinnabon.
Well, the other thing is before it was relevant, right? Like, hey, there's a CVS right here. Okay. Hey, Home Depot's got this thing that's right here. You could drive to it. Okay. M&M, how are you going to do that? Here's Eminem's new album. Okay. What do you want me to do? I can't get directions to Eminem's new album. If I click on this, what is it going to do? It's going to go to a link where I can buy the album. Well, I'm driving.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do? I can't buy this right now anyway. So you just got all these M&M ads all over the street now, and you can't do anything about it.
It just makes you want to lose yourself, doesn't it?
Yeah, in the music.
In the moment
that I'm listening to in my car.
You better never let that go.
Mm-hmm. You only get one shot.
These weak arm spaghetti. Anyway.
Spaghetti. No, here's the thing. Does it work? Yeah, okay.
I would be bitching about this too.
Does it work? Yeah. Now I know that for some reason Eminem decided to come out with a new album. I don't know why you would do that,
Well, why wouldn't
I'm
he?
not gonna buy it.
Why wouldn't he come out with a new album?
Because like 2 albums ago, he just it wasn't the same anymore, and I mean, I just I stopped listening to him a long time ago, and it's just not relevant to me anymore.
Well, Haley's a lot older now.
Yeah. Well, it's just not relevant to the drive like the other stuff is. I understand you got to make money, but whatever.
Yeah, but he's out of 8. I know what you're saying. He's out of 8 Mile, and he's probably living somewhere else now.
Now it would make sense if they put the E on 8 Mile
In Detroit.
Yeah, because then you
But
can
nobody
get
lives there
directions to
anymore,
8 Mile.
Dave.
I think my uncle's near there. I think he's on 9 Mile.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I think maybe not.
Mile marker
or
9.
he was, but
You mean mile marker?
I don't know. Uh-oh. You know what that is, Seth?
No, I don't.
It's time for Quizzing Seth.
I'm really starting to like this because I
Yeah?
forget about it every week, and I'm like, oh yeah, I get to answer questions.
I really should make this song longer so I don't have to restart it like 10 times during the show.
I enjoy that. That's part of the nostalgia for me.
Okay, so I was noticing something this week.
Okay.
There's a certain kind of movie title that's really ridiculous to me. Just kind of stupid sounding, kind of goofy.
Okay, a certain type.
Like, it's complicated.
Oh, like that's the okay.
Like that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Or it's kind of a funny story.
That's a movie title?
Yes, those are movie titles. Those movie titles that
She's
are like
just not that into you?
that's you're right
That
track.
sort of thing?
That kind of thing. Like
Okay.
in the movie title covers have like 4 pictures of the 4 actors they're trying to get you to watch the movie because you haven't heard of it. You just want to see the actor.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, we haven't even started the quiz yet, and the music's over. So I'll just go ahead and. I need the bell. Where's the bell? Because we're about to start this mug. Like a
All
mug.
right. So
All right.
what are we?
All right.
What are you quizzing
now,
me on?
Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold on. Let me get my phone
Oh.
because I wrote these down so you wouldn't see them in the show notes.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. Alrighty. 187. Here we go. All right. Now, I'm gonna do these movie titles, and you're gonna tell me if they are an actual movie title or not an actual movie title.
Okay.
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 You ready?
I think
Here we
so.
go. It's a long story.
I'm gonna say actual movie title.
Wrong.
Oh, huh. Sounds like a dumbass movie.
He's just not that into you.
Oh, that's totally fake. I just said it.
No, I know you did. All right. Because that was a good guess, by the way. So we're on the same wavelength, right?
Yeah.
All right. Dang. I swear I'm going to lengthen this. That's what she
Don't.
said. Okay. There's always tomorrow.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say that is an actual movie title.
Sure.
Yes.
Wrong.
Okay, next one. Other people's children.
Oh yeah, totally a movie title. What the hell? Are you?
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna double check these as you're going. Go ahead.
Okay, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Just go with it.
Yes. All right, cool.
Correct. All right, next one. It's kind of a big deal.
I'm gonna say yes.
Wrong.
Hell.
Next one. How do you know?
No.
Nope. That is an actual movie
Wrong.
title.
Oh.
All right, next one. Oh, wait. Need more music.
Oh.
Where was I?
Oh.
Okay, you ready?
Check it out. Other People's Children.
Oh, that's funny.
Updated September
Okay, well,
1st, 2000. Boom.
I just made it up, so I was assuming it wasn't real.
It hasn't come out yet.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. See, I should be
Awesome.
writing these movies.
There you go.
titles. All
There
right.
you go.
Okay. What's the last one we just did? We did How Did You Know?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Yes. It isn't.
Wrong.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Next one.
God damn it.
Not again.
Yes, that's a movie. Come on. That's. I'm totally looking that up.
All right, next one. I
Okay.
don't know how she does it.
Yes, that's a movie.
You are correct.
I've never seen it. Not Again is a movie. Gotta check these.
But I made these other ones up.
But that's what I'm saying. There's 1996.
It just
Angie, a
proves that
befuddled young woman,
these people
cannot
come up with
seem
the
to end
worst-
a hectic day when
son
she's
of a-
confronted by her ex, Jamie.
That's ridiculous. All right, only a few more left. Let's do them. Ready?
Okay.
All right. What was the last one I did?
Not Again.
Okay. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, we already. Yeah, that one's a movie.
Okay. Did I do that? Okay. You again.
Yes, movie. It's a movie.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay. Next one. That was awkward.
Totally a movie.
Wrong.
Next one. Something's gotta give.
That's a movie. I've seen it. I haven't seen it.
Yes, that is a movie. Next one. It's a disaster.
Yes.
Yes. All right, two more. You ready?
I won this one.
I'll tell you when you're older.
No. No, that's not a movie.
Correct.
Wrong.
And last one. It's my first day.
I'm going to say no, but it should be.
Wrong.
That is a movie?
No, I mean, sorry. Gosh, I'm confusing myself.
I'm trying to confuse you.
Gosh, that's confusing.
I'm like, yes, it's not a movie.
Yes. No. Yes.
No, it is a movie.
Confusing myself.
I like it. I won that one.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, because there were like two in there that were movies.
All right.
That was awkward. I like it.
Okay, what are we doing? Oh, yeah.
Hot coffee, hot coffee, hot coffee. That's where I'm going to have a jingle for that next week. It's stiff.
All right.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, well, we might as well just jump right into it, shouldn't we now?
Syria. Okay.
Yeah, because this is I already feel like you and I are going to be very, very much on the same page
Okay.
with a lot of this stuff.
All right. All right, let's talk
So
about
where do
Syria.
we even start?
Here's where we start. I kind of thought about this when I was writing the notes. I'm like, where do you even start with this? Okay.
Yeah.
So, in fact, if you look at the notes, I said before we begin talking about the subject, let's talk about the difference between killing people with guns, killing people with missiles, killing people with biological weapons, killing people with bombs, and killing people with chemicals.
Okay. Can I just shoot out my initial reaction?
Okay.
There's really no difference.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Death is death, war is war. A bullet is a bullet, a bomb is a bomb, sarin gas is sarin gas.
Right.
It's all death and destruction.
Mm-hmm. It's all pain. It's all agony. It's all misery. It's all terrible.
It's all terrible, immoral stuff.
Right.
My initial whole thinking is, okay, so we're gonna stop. And first of all, I don't like how it is all being presented. I don't like how
In the
any of
news?
this shit is being presented.
Okay.
Because there again, it seems like the only real way you can possibly figure out what's going on is definitely not. It seems like you a better understanding of what's going on from Jon Stewart and or damn Stephen Colbert.
Well, Jon Stewart's over there right now doing some documentary, so he's not going to be able to do it.
Oh, good. I hope it comes. But
He's in Iran.
Is he really? Badass. I love that guy.
Iran.
But the point being is, why is the first reaction to just go in and with calculated strikes?
Well, what else are you going to do?
How about calculated talks? Meetings. Discussions.
I don't know. And that kind of comes back to something I was going to talk about later.
Honestly, it's all going to kind of tie into one big wad of junk. But that does lead into like,
are they is this a national security threat?
To us, no.
No, it's not.
No. And I think everybody well, I can't say that.
from a humanitarian perspective, yes, if something bad like this is going on, you should try and help fix the
Take
situation.
action.
You're not
but-
going to sit there. Most extreme example, of course, is going to be Hitler,
Right.
right?
I mean, it's
Killing
really,
Jews.
take action, but you don't have to,
You're not going to stand by while like millions of Jews are being killed.
you're not. I'm sorry. You're
Innocent people being killed.
and that's
right?
the thing, like, since and some of the numbers that I've read across, over 100,000 people have been killed
Now,
since this.
I saw
since
that
this-
number too. Are those civilians or is that just overall? It's probably overall.
Either way, it's 100,000 people. It's
Yeah.
there again. It's like, how did they go? Well, it doesn't matter. They're dead. It's that many people have some way or another, and then there again, it's just a big confusing mess. But something does need to be done, and I don't necessarily, and then who the hell are we? But I think a good portion of America agrees that just going in guns blazing is not something that this country needs again.
Right.
I mean,
because
we just
it's going to
got-
mess up our economy.
It'll mess up our economy, but there again, we'll get into all kinds of different shit if we start talking about this. But war makes money. War makes money for companies.
It did until the last war. I don't think it. Well, it makes money for companies.
It does. It makes money for
now.
companies, but it doesn't make money for the
economy
American
in general.
taxpayer and our
It
economy.
did.
Yeah,
It did.
until it was
Historically,
privatized.
It did until we hit the Iraq War, and all of a sudden it didn't work the same anymore. But is it a national security threat? That's the big thing, because that was kind of the deal with Libya, for example, and we just kind of went in there and did whatever in Libya, and that was okay.
Well, and then the thing is too, man, is that it's like, I've heard a couple of different things here and there, because I guess pretty much the last week I've been getting up in the mornings and I just turn on CNN, MSNBC, and switch between those two. I cannot for the life of me. I even tried for a good 20 minutes to try and watch Fox News. I just seriously, some of the, I just can't. I can't do it. It's just too opinionated. There's not enough fact, and it's too much crap.
It's too incredibly one-sided.
But as I'm watching, I'm listening to a lot of people, and I'm listening to different people talk about different things. And there was this guy, Chris Kofinas, that I did see on giving an interview today, and he had some really cool things to say. One being that, I'm sorry I don't have a clip. I totally was going to have a clip for this. But basically, he was talking about, and he was debating with somebody, that, this is something that the people need to be made fully aware, the people of America need to be made fully and 100% aware of what's going on and need to be told all the facts. It's like I feel like the big problem that we're running into now is somebody jumped the gun, and his name rhymes with llama, and promised retribution for these things that have been going on
If they hit the red line.
Right.
Which was chemical weapons for some reason, which are different
right.
than biological weapons or any other
exactly.
weapons. Okay.
And which this is where we may start to disagree a little bit, but that's where the politics seem to come in.
But no, I don't think I don't think anybody disagrees with the fact that there's something bad happening to innocent people somewhere,
Agreed.
and something should be done about it.
Agreed.
Somehow.
I think tons of people think that.
Need to be helped.
Of course.
Right. People are dying. People need to be helped. But
To me, it seems like to me that the Obama administration here, they, oh man, it left. What did you just say?
okay, here.
No. This is a good one. What did you just say? What were we just talking about?
About the chemical,
Right.
where
Okay.
the
The
line's
chemical.
drawn?
The line.
Okay.
The line. That's right. Okay. So to me, it seems like it's more of a world police thing. Like, if one country does it, and because that's where this is where all the turmoil and this the really really bad mixture of 7-Up, Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Fanta come into that suicide drink.
Okay.
Okay. So we say, all right, we're going to take action, and this is the red line, and here's why. You know, it's like I feel like nobody's really saying that this is the reason why this is the red line. If one person
Right.
starts using chemical warfare and we don't do anything about it, that's free reign for everybody to do anything they want. Much like the threat was for Iran, but we, you know, like with nuclear weapons. I mean, I feel like that's the same thing, except for this is some sort of a power play. Here's where it gets confusing.
Okay.
And this is where you and I know. Israel is very ready to back U.S. action. However, what were they? They were a little bit skeptical because of U.S.'s actions towards, what was it? I guess Iran? Or
probably Tehran, or the whole Hezbollah thing?
Right.
Okay.
So they're kind of like, so we'll see what America does. Russia and China are sitting on the other side like, hey, let's just wait and see what the UN inspectors say about what really happened. Let's wait.
That's my next point in my notes here. Okay.
Okay.
Because that just came in yesterday. I don't know if you saw what happened yesterday.
I watched the report came out, and it was very, like, kind of like, iffy.
Yeah, but it did confirm that chemicals were used, but it doesn't specify by who.
Whoa, wait, though. I did read that, but I read that was a U.S. Source, and that had not been directly from the UN.
Even so, those inspectors have one thing that they have to do and one thing to find out: whether or not chemical weapons were used, not who did it.
Mm-hmm.
So they did not come back and say chemical weapons were used and it was done by the Syrian government.
Right,
they did
exactly.
Not say that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said that, yes, they were used. And that's it, right? So what are you going to do? What's his name? McCain. McCain the other day said, well, you know, the opposition doesn't have access to that kind of stuff, so they couldn't have done it. Now, what if the opposition actually used the chemical weapons just to, like, fake us out? So we would be on the side of Syria and we would take... so we would be on their side, and we would take action against Syria.
I mean,
they're not saying who did it, and we don't know who did it. That's the problem, and I have a problem with that too. Like, maybe this wasn't the Syrian government. It's the same thing with all the people hobnobbing with Gaddafi in Libya. Same thing was happening. Just say that it was the Syrian government. We're going to support this other side, and by supplying them with anything, for example, if we give them any sort of ammo or whatever, I mean, that's what we did for the rebels in Libya, and that's what we always do. It seems like that's what we do constantly. We did that in Afghanistan. We did it with the Taliban in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and
we gave them weapons to fight Russia, and then they turned it on us.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Well,
and it's
we're going to
not,
go in there and give Al Qaeda weapons. Did you see the picture of the naval officer this week on Reddit?
No.
He had a sign in front of his face so you couldn't see his face.
Oh, I've seen tons of pictures of
and
those.
he said, I did not enlist in the army
There's
so that I could go to Syria to fight a civil war on the side of Al Qaeda.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like, which let's save that. But there are tons of pictures and there are tons of accounts of these people, of these military servicemen now that are completely against it. I mean, there's the unfortunate fact of the matter is that I think that a good portion of your American social public think that anybody that signs up for the American military service is automatically a diehard patriot and they want to die for their country. In all honesty, it's not the case at all. Most times, and I remember a few years back, we talked about this. We can actually say that. That's fun. But a few years back, we talked about this, and we talked about how a good majority of these enlisted men from any branch, they're not suburban city kids. A good majority are rural area, spread out country kids.
They're doing it because there wasn't another option.
Exactly.
Especially when the economy's bad. That's like, the economy's so bad that you can't get a job. Even if you go to college, you can't get a job. What else am I going to do? I guess I'll just enlist, or else I'm not going to have any money. I have no other option.
Right, exactly. And there's a whole group of people out there that it's a job to them, it's a livelihood, and it's a great way for them to be able to work for 20 years and then retire.
Right.
I mean, if you
Make
go
good
in
money.
at 18, you're out by the time you're 36,
or not
37.
even that, or just working for especially you make more money working as a contractor for
And
like
that's-
Halliburton.
Exactly.
You make really good money. You have to be gone, but you're going to make really good money because you're working for Halliburton, who only is successful when there are wars.
Exactly. So we're back again. We're back right around to
And then we
to
have this
war's
conundrum
profit.
where if we don't do anything, we look like we don't care about people. If we do something, then we're
Well,
helping this so-called enemy that nobody really knows where they are, this invisible enemy called Al-Qaeda.
Well,
and
not
either
only
way,
that.
the people that we're concerned about are not the Syrian government people. We're not concerned about the Al-Qaeda or the whoever the opposition is. I forget their official name.
Concerned about the civilians and the
civilians.
refugees.
But the civilians are on, some of them are on either side of this conflict. That's the problem. We're concerned about the civilians who are getting killed. They're getting killed by both sides.
That's why it's like no, just fucking stop.
like, but yeah,
Seriously,
why
put
can't
a
we
cork
go
in
in?
it.
Can we not go in and just stop the war? Because that's the problem. It's not about why do we have to take a side? Why don't we just go in and say stop it? Stop.
And that seems to be like that seemed to have been the way that the Obama administration used to operate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try and figure this out. Sit down and talk about this. And I understand that there's a certain point where talking actually gets nothing done, but at the same time, neither is the untimely death of a country that has civilians that are on, like you said, neither side of the fence. Another problem that I'm seeing with this too, and you started to mention it, was so Obama says, all right, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be swift, and we're gonna take action, but we're going to wait and go to Congress and vote on it. This came out today. We're going to go to Congress.
Right. Yesterday,
yeah. And we're going to take to Congress. We're going to vote on it. Mm-hmm. Okay, Congress says yes.
Okay, well, actually, first of all, we're waiting until September.
Oh, I know.
That's what's funny about it. Why wait? I mean, if it's that if it's that important, why not call it emergency session? Why wait? Because it's good for the news cycle.
And I saw
drag it on until it starts.
And I saw a congressman talk about that very openly today. He's like, I don't know why the hell we're not in session right now. Like, why aren't we? We should all be like trying to figure this out. Like, people are still on vacation, and you can't just say that you're going to start a fucking war across the pond. Mm-hmm. Without providing all of the information to the American public, because guess what? We're spoiled assholes.
They don't have that information to give,
right? But
we still don't know who.
I agree, but you don't do that without that information. Okay, you don't even say we're going to. We're not even going to. You don't say we're going to take action without knowing, because now we've already put ourselves in a hole.
Look what it did to us.
Because if Congress says yes, then guess what? All right, cool. Now we have to start a fucking another war. Now civilians are going to get killed. We're going to spend money. It's terrible. And then you're going to have a whole bunch of pissed off Americans. If we say no, politically, that makes us look like a weaker party. Makes it makes us look like we don't give a shit.
Right.
But on top of that, the British Prime Minister, same thing. He was like, dude, we're going to go in guns blazing fighting before Obama even did anything. And they were like, no, we're not.
No, they decided against it.
Yeah.
They voted against it.
So if we go no...
Then is Obama just going to say, well, screw you guys, we're going anyway?
And then
he's going to look like an idiot because he asked for a vote.
And then the American people are still going to get pissed off, and then...
But we go in there, we're going to take out all these government buildings and all these. We're going to just completely destroy any sort of structure or anything they had. So then who takes over? We're going to put someone in place. They're going to bring in all these people from the opposition who are somehow associated with Al-Qaeda, and then we're going to have another problem. And we're going to try and rebuild. And when we try and rebuild, we're going to have to spend our money on their country. That's the problem.
It literally is a Matt Stone and Trey Parker movie.
And
This country is shaping up to be Team America, and or just has been for
we're just
ages.
building other people's countries with bridges like you see in Iraq. Better bridges in Iraq than there are in some states in this country because we're spending the money over there.
Yeah.
So, okay. One interesting thing here is that North Korean ship that was where was it? The Panama Canal? I don't remember where it was. The North Korean ship that was stopped and it had all this junk in it. Apparently, it had gas masks in it that were on the way to Syria.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, like, source-wise. I just can't trust. I damn near don't trust anything.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. So, what if they say no? We covered that.
Yeah.
The UK has voted against it. Russia's against it. China's against it. Russia has said that when it comes to the Middle East, and when it comes to Islamic states, that America is like a monkey with a grenade.
Oh, that's not safe at all.
And that's the thing. I mean, are we going to trigger something with Russia? I mean, we're kind of having a proxy war with them anyway. And this is the other thing that I don't get is with all the jihads and junk like that, and you've got America saying that these extreme Islamic states, these Muslim extremists, that they hate America because they hate our freedom, right? You hear that stupid meme all the time.
I hear that all the
They
time.
hate our freedom. Okay, and they hate Christians and this and that. Okay,
Sounds like something Christian would
You know
say.
what? Russia is right next door. Why are they not constantly bombing Russia? Why hasn't there been a Russian 9/11?
Communist country.
But
And they're
they're not.
Well, I mean, if you look at it on a map, I mean,
What?
you don't pick on the you don't pick on the biggest asshole that's sitting right next to you in class. You pick on the biggest asshole that's sitting on the other side.
I guess
If
but
you're a little guy.
that's the thing. Russia is in no hurry because there's nobody suicide bombing them. I guess is that what it is, or is it for some other reason? Is it?
There's nobody
is it 'cause of
suicide
money?
bombing, but there's
Is it-
nobody suicide bombing us.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, 9/11 happened. That was a suicide. That was a.
We're gonna get into this.
Well, that's what it was. I mean,
I like Jesse Ventura.
minus that route. I am okay. And where is Assad in all of this?
Actually, I was just wondering myself.
Where is the footage? I remember when the thing was going down with Iraq, right? Mm-hmm. There was even down to the point when we were bombing them,
Yeah.
like the press secretary, Saddam Hussein's press secretary was like standing on top of a building with cameras in his face saying, "Nothing's going on here. Everything's fine. America hasn't done anything here." And there's like bombs going off behind him, and down to when they were getting bombed, they were on television. I haven't seen anything except for stock clips of Assad. He hasn't come out and made a statement. He hasn't said, "Hey, no, we're actually not bombing anybody with chemicals." Like, is he in hiding now? Like, what is going on with this? Like, has he just gone underground and he's not doing anything? Or does he or is this all just, like, he didn't do a chemical attack?
You look at the way that they're presenting to go ahead with a strike.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can almost just see, like, well, if this goes through, my company that I've invested this much stock in or whatever the hell is gonna, you could just see the dollar signs piling up. And then you see the person who actually has, like, the warm-hearted eyes. It's like, seriously, this is fucked up. People are dying. We don't need to do this. It's none of our business. I'm concerned. I mean, it's like I was talking to my pop the other day about the future and where I'd like to live. I don't want to live here. And, I love my father, but his immediate knee-jerk reaction, guess what it was? I hear Syria is a nice place to live these days, which I understand that. I get it. I totally get that. Yeah, I guess not. But at the same time, I'm just not. Luckily, you and I both grew up in the 80s. I mean, we we're on the tail end of a generation that could change a fucking flat tire without a cell phone in the car.
And they also went through a war, and we didn't.
Exactly.
And through all of that, and through the 80s and 90s, it was like almost like the longest period we went without a war.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I thought that war was over. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, if you look in, like, we are the biggest warmongering country. Like, we don't go 20 years without a major war.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at the timeline, there's every 20 years there's a major conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, how many attacks have happened on American soil in the past? Okay, how many
I'd say 2.
unquestionably undeniable attacks have come from outside of the U.S. in the past, let's call it 40 years? I can think of 1.5.
Okay, what are they?
Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that was 42. Wow.
And
Oh, 50 years. Okay. Pearl Harbor and half of 9/11.
Yeah, but that's still high. Yeah, you know.
Foreign.
I think if Pearl Harbor happened now, then you would get the conspiracy theorists all over it again.
If Pearl Harbor would have happened now, we'd know. That's the thing. It's like
everybody would say, "Oh, it was a false flag operation. We
hell
did it in
no,
order to go to war
the
with China."
fucking switch
Japan,
would
I mean.
flip and the lights would go out. That'd be done. Yeah, we'd be done. If Pearl Harbor happened now and anywhere in the world, I feel like anybody with nuclear capabilities, it's done. It's like, all right, peace out, wild. Go underground.
No, I don't know if we would go that far that quick.
Well, and that's the hope, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
and
yeah.
that's and I guess that
And that's
even
what
kind of ties into.
You gotta hope that your leaders wouldn't automatically go to the nukes,
right? But and that's also why you hope that maybe that's why everybody's trying to step in, but maybe we're just going about it the wrong way. It's chemical warfare, and because when you start dealing with chemical warfare, you start dealing with a whole bunch of really scary shit.
Oh yeah,
Like 28 Days Later type stuff.
oh yeah.
It's real. It happens. It's out there.
Now, with this whole going to Congress thing, I don't understand what the difference is. I don't understand what the difference is with Libya.
What do you mean?
I believe that there's some sort of limit, like it's 90 days in a conflict or something like that, where the president can start something, and then after 90 days he has to have congressional approval. I forget what the exact rules are. But I was thinking, well, why did Obama go to Congress this time?
Well, to me, it seems like it's a good cover. Like, I mean, it's like, okay, so I'm Obama, and I say, all right, I'm going to war. I want to go to war with this country. And I've got it set in my mind that I want to shoot some stuff at this country. And I really want to do it. That's a really shiny red button, and I want to push it.
Well, he does that every day with his drones.
But I'm getting a little hungry, and I need to see some bigger fireballs.
Not to mention that we kill civilians every single day with drones.
Which I'm sure
but don't worry about that.
Which I'm
it's
sure
not chemicals,
Which
so
I'm
it's
sure
okay.
everybody sleeps really well at night.
Oh,
but, and anybody that listens to this podcast and is an extreme Republican or extreme Christian is just going to hate us, which is cool. That's what we're here for, to make you think. But that being said,
not that we're extremely liberal either.
Yeah,
I would say we're more of a libertarian podcast, but that's just.
But the fact of the matter is if I'm Obama and I want to push this button and I'm about to push it, then I think, wait a minute, I could get in trouble for this. All right, let me ask mom and dad first, and whatever they say, I'm just going to do anyway. But at least I asked mom and dad,
right?
And
exactly,
and that's done with.
Well, that's a perfect segue to this. Here's the reason. Okay, listen to this clip.
The United States had launched an attack on Iran without congressional approval. That would have been an impeachable offense. Do you want to review that comment you made? Well, how do you stand on that now?
Yes, I do. I want to stand by that comment I made. The reason I made the comment was as a warning. The reason I don't say those things lightly, Chris. You've known me for a long time. I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee for 17 years, or its ranking member. I teach separation of powers and constitutional law. This is something I know. So I got together and brought a group of constitutional scholars together to write a piece that I'm going to deliver to the whole United States Senate, pointing out the president has no constitutional authority. to take this nation to war against a country of 70 million people unless we're attacked or unless there is proof that we are about to be attacked. And if he does, I would move to impeach him. The House obviously has to do that, but I would lead an effort to impeach him.
Perfect. When was that recorded?
I don't know the exact date, but here's the thing. Like, this kind of came up, and I'm thinking, okay, do you think that they were like, damn it, Joe, you have to say that? It's kind of like, it's kind of like, now they're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't just do this because Joe Biden has said that I would lead a movement to impeach the president. Well, he's the vice president. What is he going to do? So maybe they decided, okay, well, I guess we'll ask permission this time.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, I really, and that brings up a great point, which is, you remember we were talking last week about the over access of available information and how it gets lost in the wash. You know, when the vice president says something like that, it's obviously he has to stand by his man, right? But if you cleverly place things in the American public's ears to where they know that, oh, this is a possibility, because we didn't know that it was a possibility, because how many amendments are there in the Constitution? Anyway, I'm going to go watch Jay Leno now. That's the general, thought process. But when you put something out there like that, maybe well, he said it's a warning.
Okay, so here's the thing. We'll wrap this for now, because obviously something's going to happen this week. We're going to find out what happens. Actually, when do they go back in session? It's not this week.
It's
might not happen before next week. Here's the thing.
Both pledges schedule a vote on the resolution
September
soon after
9th.
September 9th. Yeah,
September 9th.
Very close, huh?
I was going to say the 9th. Okay, so they have to come back on September 9th, then start talking about it. Okay, in the meantime, how many weeks are going to go by?
Exactly.
Like I said, it's good for the news cycle.
It is good for the news cycle, but it's also good to figure out what the hell's going on. I mean, to me, I'd rather wait on the button, put the little plastic cover back down, lock the key, take it out,
sleep on it a little bit,
sleep on it. But that does buy a little bit of time so people can make some decisions.
Think about this. Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, we got to talk about this on Facebook.
Yes.
Good discussion on Facebook. I think it'll be really good to hear what other people have to say. Chris Verrico. Do you know Chris Verrico?
I don't know Chris Verrico.
Okay. Says, do you think the U.S. will attack Syria? That's like, ultimately, do you think that we're going to do that? Yes or no?
I'm going to go ahead and go with no. I think it would be political suicide for the Obama administration. I do. I mean,
if Congress votes on it, then it's more agnostic in that they can't say, well, Obama did this. It's, we voted on this.
Okay.
It's Republicans and Democrats. If you were to be able to take political affiliation out of this, which is kind of what that does,
okay,
do you think that we will say yes or no?
I think we will. I think we will say no. I think we'll say no. I think there will be serious implications if we say yes.
I agree that there will be serious implications. I'm still on the fence whether or not we should do it, but I think that we are going to.
I feel like people who have always stood by and kind of I feel like people that have always kind of stood by a little bit and kind of took and believed and swallowed what the American government was telling them are going to start to come out and be like, look, I'm sorry, the likelihood of a, because it seems to me, and I was actually thinking about this, and no offense to you whatsoever, man, because I love your neighborhood and I love everything that's going on here with the weddings and the things in your front yard. But it seems to me that the biggest concentration of fear-based people are in suburbs and in rural communities.
It depends on what suburb.
It does. And I say that loosely. I really do. But I mean, you're talking about even people that are like, just regular old people that are, like I'll say, hey, you should come down to, my part of the neighborhood, and we'll go hang out, and I'll take you to a couple places where I know some good music, and we'll get a drink and whatever. And if there's suburban folk or even people in my family, they're like, where do you live? And I'm like, oh yeah, like off of like Greenville Avenue. It's a hip artsy district, right? But a few years
but
back,
what about like the neighborhood over by where?
There again, same thing. A few years back, Greenville was not that great of a place, but people don't take the time to listen and understand and read. So, that being said, I feel like people are going to come out of the woodwork to start defending just what's right.
I mean, I do think that the people that are
and it'll cause a serious civil divide.
I think that the people who were on the fence about Iraq and thought we should go in, but then they realized that was a bad thing, they're probably going to say no in this situation.
Yeah.
But I think there's still like, man, I don't know. Because I honestly, at this point, either. That's the thing. The only thing that they can do at this point is try and twist it and make whatever we do Obama's fault. We go in, it's Obama's fault, and he screwed it up. We don't go in, that's because of Obama, and it's his fault that we didn't go in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I haven't been watching MSNBC, but maybe they're doing the same thing.
No, actually, it's very cool. It's been as I was watching this morning. It was been very balanced. Actually, I keep it mostly on MSNBC. And as far as like they have people from both, because like you said, this is not a Republican Democrat issue. This is a humanitarian. Like,
their brains are frying because they can't find anybody on the opposing party to blame for what's going on.
Kind of cool. I like it. I like it. So, are we?
Scrambles their brains.
So, are we going to do it? You should.
We'll do a poll on Facebook.
I like it. Are we going to attack Syria? I say no.
And it won't be. Should we? Or maybe we can do. We can do two polls. I think maybe there should be two polls. One of them says, "Should we?"
Explain.
And one of them says, "Will we?"
Yeah.
Because it's a big difference, right?
Here's what I love. If this were to go down, all the good people, and there again, I am not talking shit at all. But it's like I could see myself, my father saying to me the other day, I hear Syria is a nice place to live. I laugh about it. I think it's hilarious, right? But if somebody is standing in front of me that's not family and that conversation happens, like this is what I'm talking about these agreeable people, like. And the people that sat back and just kind of like, all right, we're going to let this happen, and I'm going to absorb, and all this information is going to start piling up in my head. They're going to pop. The people that are not warmongers. They
don't know.
And they're going to put these oh, yeah, we should. Because, like, you ask somebody, should we go to war with Syria? Like, if you were to ask a hardcore.
They don't know because their political affiliation hasn't been able to tell them what to think yet.
I would.
Right?
I love that. That's what I love. I like the stump. Freaking high five.
All right. We should move on.
Stop this.
We'll come back to it. All right. Okay.
Where are we? I'm peeing right now.
Dave's Links.
50 Cent, dog.
Yeah?
50 Cent.
What about that G?
TIL.
Do what?
Today I learned.
Oh, shit. I gotta learn another one of those things.
That 50 Cent's net worth is $260 million.
Now, how many cents does that actually?
And you know what? That is not from his album sales. That's from his wise investments. And I got a little bit of respect from that.
Dude, honestly, I completely agree with that.
He invested like a ton of his money in vitamin water. And
hell yeah, dude!
10 times his money back.
Yes, that's the thing. It's like if you get a whole bunch of money, put it in something that's gonna make money, residual income. Smarter, not harder, folks.
Diversify your bonds
and crush it.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that. Good job, 50.
50. Okay. Another link here: how one man turns annoying cold calls into cash. Now, this is in the UK. I don't know what the US equivalent of it would be, but he got a phone number where you have to pay to call that number.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you make money from people calling that number, and he started giving that number out to all these people who ask, what's your phone number? So he starts getting these spam phone calls like I get. I get 2 or 3 a day telling me that they want to, lower my interest rate even though I don't have a credit card. And they say, congratulations, whatever. Or they try and sell you something, whatever. They try and sell you a security system, whatever it is. Then they start calling you and you make money off of them. And then
That's
the longer
cool.
they talk to you, the more money you make. So like they call you to spam you, and you just kind of lead them on.
So it's like putting up a junk load of solar panels to power your house, and then once the electric company starts paying you. You can do that,
Okay.
You haven't researched that?
Mm-mm.
You should totally do that, dude. That's a great man project.
Man project.
Man stuff.
Expensive man project.
You can make solar panels.
It costs like $30,000.
You
to put
can make
solar
solar
panels.
panels.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Well, maybe
not
you
like you're
can't.
thinking.
I can't.
If you figure out how to do it on the cheap, let me know.
Okay. Let you
Also,
know in 5 seconds.
the feds plow $10 billion with a B, $10 billion into a groundbreaking crypto cracking program.
What? Wait, what?
Because that's what we need to spend our money on.
A what?
The federal government is pouring almost, actually, $11 billion per year into a 35,000 employee program dedicated to groundbreaking methods to decode encrypted messages such as emails, according to an intelligence black budget published by the Washington Post. See, here's the thing. We have money that goes to places that we're not allowed to talk about where it goes. And it's a lot of money. It's billions and billions of dollars. So one of the things is this huge center they're making, and it's going to employ 35,000 people. Think about how many people that is. It's like a stadium, and all these people show up to work in it, and pretty soon everybody's just going to work for the government, and all we're going to do is just spy on each other 24/7.
Yes.
Everybody works for the government. We all spy. We come home and get spied on by the people working the night shift. And
right,
then
exactly.
we go to work the day shift while those people come home and sleep, and we spy on them.
Tons of movies are written about this. A few books. Guidelines have been set for years for the American...
And we're meeting all of them.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Syria is a nice place to live, though.
Yeah. All right. Now, lastly, before we take a break here, I want to talk about the endgame memo.
I've been wondering about this.
Okay. And
intentionally did not
go. Okay.
Did not read this because I want you to tell me about it.
All right. Now I'm going to read some of my notes here.
Okay.
Greg Palast flew to Geneva to confirm this. Okay. This is a memo he has confirmed for sure. This is real. In the late 1990s, the top U.S. Treasury officials secretly conspired with a small cabal of banker big shots to rip apart financial regulation across the planet. It begins with Larry Summers' flunky Timothy Geithner reminding his boss to call the bank big shots to order their lobbyist armies to march. Here's the quote, "As we enter the end game of the WTO financial services negotiations, I believe it would be a good idea for you to touch base with the CEOs." So he's reminding his boss that we should do this. He provided the phone numbers, which are actually listed here because Palast actually called the numbers to confirm, and he actually got these people to answer the phone, except one who I think was already being charged with something. Shortly after, all these numbers were disconnected. So now they're in this thing uncensored because they're not connected anymore. So he confirmed he put all the phone numbers for those CEOs in there. The year was 1997. The U.S. Treasury Secretary Robert Rubin was pushing hard to deregulate the banks. That required the repeal of Glass-Steagall, which we talked about needs to come back. And Senator... slipped my mind. The female senator
the cool one.
Yeah. She's trying to reenact that. Of course, that'll never happen because, we got to steal all the Americans and world's money. So first the repeal of Glass-Steagall to dismantle the barriers between commercial banks and investment banks. That's what got us in trouble.
Right.
And plus, state borders. You used to not be able to have different banks in that's why you used to have Texas State Bank because that was the bank.
Right, exactly.
You didn't have Wells Fargo in multiple states and all that crap. Okay. So second, the banks wanted the right to play a new high-risk game, the derivatives trading, which that's what
we talked about that.
Collapsed our economy. Yes. J.P. Morgan alone would soon carry $88 trillion of these pseudo-securities on its books as quote-unquote assets. Assets that aren't anything. But what was the use of turning U.S. banks into derivatives casinos if money would flee to nations with safe banking laws? So
Right.
it just moves out to somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
The answer, conceived by the big Bank Five, those CEOs, eliminate controls on banks in every nation on the planet in one single move. It was as brilliant as it was insanely dangerous. Until the bankers began their play, the WTO agreements dealt simply with trade in goods. That is, my cars for your bananas. The new rules devised by Summers and the banks would force all nations to accept trade in BADs, toxic assets like financial derivatives. The job of turning the FSA into bankers' battering ram was given to Geithner.
Okay.
Geithner, who was named ambassador to the World Trade Organization, the WTO. He bullied every nation into agreeing to these new rules, hence the world economic collapse.
Mm-hmm.
The Treasury official playing the banker's secret end game was Larry Summers.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Now, Obama, right now, needs to choose a new chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Obama, hope and change,
Yeah.
is going to choose a really good person for this role.
Good.
Who's his leading choice right now?
You're about to tell me something's pissing me off, huh?
Larry Summers.
Larry Summers, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, good going there. That's real good. Mm-hmm. Hold on.
I don't hate it this time.
Yeah, you like that?
Well, sweet.
I just
sweet.
thought I'd do that little rant there.
I've always wanted to see what how the water goes down in the toilet on the other side of the planet.
So you're moving to Australia.
No.
All right, let's talk about donations.
Oh, really?
We have... Oh, by the way, message from Dennis on Facebook.
Okay, you sure you want to open this can of worms?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
Because I've gotten more responses than just this.
Cool.
Dave has every right to feel paying full price for a cosmetically defective product is a ripoff.
I agree.
What do you mean? You didn't agree last week.
Yeah, have you scraped off the paint?
Well, not yet.
Okay. We'll see how long it takes.
To scrape it off?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
See
get
how
my
many
money
weeks?
back.
Because literally when we were discussing this last week and I didn't say anything intentionally.
I haven't worn them.
Have you gotten your $30
No,
back?
I wore them once.
Did you get your $30 back? When you get your $30 back,
Okay.
I will agree with you.
But you said you agree now.
I mean, I agree with you, but but making as big of a deal out of it
In
as
fact,
you did, and waste the amount of time that you did.
But I didn't waste any time. I called.
You still don't have $30 in your
2
account
times.
though, and the shoes still have crap on them.
Yeah, they do. Actually, I showed the one day I wore them. I showed them to Matt, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, that's messed up looking." Which Matt was supposed to be. We're kind of disappointed.
Matt was
It's my
supposed to.
fault, but he was supposed
It's
to be
not
on
really.
the show yesterday.
It's not really. You can't really help that you're sick sometimes.
Yeah, I know. But he was going to be on the show yesterday.
But now, so whenever he looked at them, and were you wearing them, or did you hand them to him?
No, I was wearing.
Oh, you were. So
No,
so
I
he
told-
had,
I
so
told
did he
you I
actually
wore 'em
have to?
once.
So did he actually have to like get down to your foot
Well,
level?
I just put it up, and I showed him. Look at this gunk on the side. He's like, "Oh yeah, dude, that's weird looking." It's true though.
We just have different.
Full price. So you this brand new car with paint splatters all over it.
Yeah, I still don't see the $30 in your account or the white off the shoes. So when that happens,
I did get a letter. I did get a card from. I told you their customer service department.
Did they send you a card?
Yeah, they sent me a card. Sorry about the problems. Blah blah blah. Somebody sent me an email actually saying, we know that there's this and that, but we found other people selling them, and it looks like this too. They send me a link. It's a different shoe.
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
like, okay. That's not the same
Well, anyway.
shoe, but good try.
Either way,
All right, so
I'll back off you.
we have a new donor, $10 a month donor, Dave Mast.
Dave, thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Yes, very much. That's awesome.
We
Sweet.
we got a message too. He says, "You guys are great. The banter and conversation is refreshing and real. Sorely lacking in the more polished media. In a word, you guys are real, which I love. I do not always agree, but you do have authenticity, which is priceless."
Man, thanks, Dave. That was a great message.
And I was gonna say, Matt telling people why they should donate.
But instead,
But
you're going
we're
to
gonna
say
have to tell people why they need to donate. If Matt were here, he would say it's exactly for that reason that you got right there. See, Dave saw the value that we are providing in our show.
And by God, that just makes my heart sore. Because I know most of the time I'm the asshole that people don't agree with. but that's awesome. That is killer. It's amazing. We're doing this for good.
And he saw that value, and he said, you know what? I'm going to return that value. These guys are spending all this time for me so that I can listen while I'm mowing the lawn, working on my computer, driving down the road, most likely, for most people, commuting somewhere.
Getting freaky with my lady,
that would be kind of weird.
I'd do it.
You'd listen to yourself talking while you were...
It's the Joe Rogan podcast. Just kidding.
And that's the thing, though. If you are getting that value from us, we want that value in return. Yeah, we put this out there for free, but we put it out there on the grounds that you're going to say, hey, these guys are providing some really cool stuff for me, and I'm going to give back without having to just pay for it up front.
And in all honesty, and people have been talking about this lately in the media about how people just want to watch what they want to watch, and they're really tired of being saturated with all of this crazy advertising. I mean, it's everywhere now. We luckily are this wonderful podcast that tries very hard, especially in our hot coffee segments, like today with Syria. Tries to look at it from every angle with opinions that may or may not you may or may not agree with, but we try to make sure that you have at least some form of fashion of information that's in a nice, neat little ball that you can take on the road with you.
Yeah, and we work on this all week as well. Yeah. It's not like we don't walk in and just sit down and do a show. There's so much prep involved throughout the week. And the day of the show, like before the show especially, and maybe the night before, depending on the schedule. And I mean, I was getting sick yesterday, and I'm like, must finish show notes.
Yeah. I mean,
we get that in return.
Same thing. I'm up at 7:00 in the morning every day this week, watching, trying to keep up, trying to figure out, making sure we don't sound stupid. Because we like to be informed. We like to make sure that you're informed, and we know that sometimes it's just really hard. But that's why we always love to thank our donor Joes.
And I don't like to pay for cable.
Exactly.
And so it's tough for me to get some of this information. Sometimes I just want to put on a news channel.
And rely on
and watch.
it.
And just watch and see what people are talking about. I mean, there's a lot of research involved, and this is dangerous. But my mother-in-law... Actually, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. She gave me the access credentials to get her on her Verizon account so that I can watch, because I'm not going to pay $150 just so I can get CNN.
Does she?
I'm not going to buy cable just so I can get this one CNN.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right,
because I don't want the other channels. Why can't I get it a la carte? Apparently I can't. But since she has it now, she gave me her credentials, so now I can watch Fox News and Headline News and MSNBC and CNN and all of these things. So now I'm really going to be watching these channels, and I'm going to be pulling clips, and I'm going to be doing all of this. And in return, we just want what you think it's worth back.
Exactly. You make the decision.
Now, if you are a monthly donor on the $2, $10, or $20 monthly level, you automatically get the bonus-odes. And the bonus-odes are like more of a one-on-one with Seth and Dave type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's more intimate. It's
definitely is.
We let loose a little more. We're kind of like more open. I don't know.
So it's a little more personal. We talk more about kind of, the things, obviously the topics that you pick, but we take them to heart and we put some thought into it, We've had marriage and kids on our bonus-odes. We've had...
talked about marijuana.
We've had that discussion. We've talked, I'm sure, about,
We've talked about a number
all kinds
of things that I don't even remember. The first one was really good. I can't remember all of them now.
But the point is...
The point is that if you are donating at the best level, which is $10 a month, we put out about 10 hours worth of content every single month.
It's like $1 an hour.
Not that much.
All you have to do is donate the 10. That's just the best way to do it.
Exactly. And thank you. You can actually be just like Justin Belgrade, who's going to pick our bonus-ode topic.
That's right.
For next week. He is a donor, and as a donor, you get to pick the things that we talk about on our bonus-ode. So you can get creative. Justin, I implore you, man, give us something good. Give us something awesome.
And if you were just signing up now, don't think that you are never going to get to hear the other ones, because now every week when yours is delivered in your email automatically, your bonus-ode, you will get a link to all the previous bonus-odes.
Exactly.
So sign up, get all those other ones. Think about that. You sign up now, you're getting a lot.
Let's break.
Don't be a boner, Joe.
Yeah.
Dave's Links and Seth's Music Cafe. It doesn't get any better than this. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oh no.
Can you feel it, baby? I can. Excuse me. Do you think that I might be able to touch you?
What we gotta do right here is go back in the time.
I'm thinking about her every second, every hour. Do my singing in the shower, picking petals off the flower. me, do she love me not? I ain't a player out you.
You give me that kind of something, want it all the time, need it every day. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at 100, never get enough, I can't stay away. If you want what I got it every day. You can get whatever you need from me. Stay by your side, I'll never leave ya. And I ain't going nowhere 'cause you're a keeper. So don't you worry, baby, you got me. I got a bad boy, must admit it. You got my heart, don't know how you did it. And I don't care if it's a babe, I don't wanna run away. I feel when you're next to me. I love the way, I love the way, baby, I love the way. Ooh, I love the way you love. Ooh, it's so crazy, you get my heart jumping when you put your lips on mine. And honey, it's ain't a question. It's boy, I know just what you like. So if you need it, I got it every day. Be your lover, your friend, you find it all in me. Stay by your side. Say I ain't going nowhere 'cause you're a keeper. So don't you worry, baby, you got me. I got a bad boy, must admit it. You got my heart, don't know how you did it. And I don't care if it's a babe, I don't wanna run away. I feel when you're next to me. I love the way, I love the way, baby, I love the way. Ooh, I love the way you love.
Make you feel so fine, make you feel so fine. I hope you hit me on my celly when I sneak in your mind. You a princess to the public, but a freak when it's time. Said you better be feeling lonely, so you sleeping in mine. Come and watch a movie with me. American Beauty or Bruce Almighty, that's groovy. Just come and move closer to me. I got some feelings for you. I'm not gonna get bored of, but baby, you an adventure, so let me come and explore you.